The annotated author's commentary will be addressing the major themes contained within the book, which are also the 12 pillars forming the foundation for success that parents can use as parental talking points. The 12 pillars and fundamental building blocks for success are 1. Faith, 2. A choice or choices, 3. The concept of passion and persistence, 4. Adversity and how it is actually a positive thing, 5. The attainment and benefits of confidence, 6. The importance and value of time, 7. Your word and your actions, 8. Knowledge and education, 9. The concept of nobility, 10. The understanding of class, 11. One's character, 12. Your goals, which are also your dreams and desires. The first pillar and fundamental building block is that of faith. Faith is synonymous with belief. This is beyond important to understand. One must have faith, meaning one must believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that the hard work and the hours that you put in are eventually going to pay off and that you will be rewarded for your efforts. Faith can be acquired and developed. The importance of faith cannot be overstated. It must also be understood that faith can be acquired as well as developed. Through small successes and the attainment of smaller goals along the way to the bigger and more major goals, one develops faith. By seeing one's own success, personal improvement, and the overall feeling of satisfaction and contentment through self-betterment and the achieving of one's goals. The second pillar and fundamental building block is a choice and choices. It is important and integral to the concept of success and understanding there are always choices and you always have a choice. One must understand that what you truly desire should dictate the choices that you make. Knowing that you always have a choice is the key. This ties into your goals and directly impacts your chances of success. Do you choose to make sacrifices? Do you choose to change your habits in order to attain what it is that you would like to attain? Have you changed your habits? You have a choice. Are you continuing on with old habits? Or are you developing, creating new positive habits? Do you choose to change your lifestyle, the way you eat, the way you sleep, the patterns that you've developed over time? Habits can be created. Any habit can be made or broken in 30 days. Whether you realize it or not, you're creating habits. So it's important to create and develop good habits, not bad ones. Knowing you have a choice is the key. This also ties into accountability. The choices you make directly affect your future. Take a weekly person inventory of your actions and your choices. That inevitably leads to you holding yourself accountable to and for your own actions. Understanding that success is 90% mental and knowing that anything is possible is absolutely crucial. You must understand that most of the time things aren't nearly as bad as they appear to be. With a proper plan, assessing the situation, and most importantly being honest with yourself, you can figure out what the root of the problem is and create a plan to fix and solve and resolve that problem. This means, did you do all you can do? Did you truly put in a maximum amount of effort? Did you allot your time? Did you manage your time properly? Did you construct a plan in order to make sure that you maximize all your efforts in order to achieve your goal? Or are you using your time inappropriately and ineffectively and inevitably wasting time, which will detract from you attaining your goal? Could you have increased your effort? You must be honest with yourself and face yourself squarely when addressing this issue. Be honest with yourself when taking your personal inventory, which should be done on a weekly basis. To paraphrase Napoleon Hill, whenever you find failure or a lack of success, more often than not, it is accompanied by a long list of excuses and alibis. Be honest with yourself, take accountability, and take personal inventory on what you've done. Make sure it's done on a weekly basis. In order to do this, and in order to attain success, you must be determined and resolute. Success requires determination. That means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it, in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Passion and persistence make an irresistible pair. If you love to do it, it makes doing it easier. It's just that simple. So go and explore and see what interests you. Find something that you love to do. Find something that you're passionate about, while understanding that tomorrow is directly affected by your choices that you make today. That is the future in front of you, but it can't be seen. Therefore, good choices aid in the building and the developing of faith through smaller successes. One must make a conscious choice and choose what it is that you desire, what it is that you wish to attain, what it is that you want to achieve. These are your goals. You have to set them and set them high. A choice is synonymous with what you desire, with what you want to attain, with what you want to achieve. That is a goal. Make a definite choice and act accordingly, as your actions will reflect your true desire. If you're not willing to put the work in, you obviously don't want it that badly. It's just that simple. This brings us to the next pillar and fundamental building block, passion and persistence. As mentioned before, these two make an absolutely irresistible pair and truly are the foundation for success. It's important to choose something that you're passionate about or something that's important to you and/or that you love to do. Reason being is achieving your goals often takes longer than originally anticipated. As such, you're bound to get frustrated. Your faith may dwindle, inevitably doubt may set in, and often does, and you may want to quit. All successful people at one point in time have felt like they wanted to quit. That's why you have to be passionate about what you're doing and be persistent in your efforts. If it's something you're passionate about, there's a greater likelihood that you'll push through difficult times when facing adversity. This is also why persistence is key. Persistence is striving forward in the face of adversity and/or failure. That's the definition. Successful people never give up or accept defeat, especially in the face of adversity. They learn to relish challenges and overcome adversity. The fourth pillar and fundamental building block of success is adversity. Understand that adversity is a mask, as in it is not what it appears to be. It is actually a blessing in disguise. When it comes to adversity, it's important that we understand that there's nothing you cannot overcome. There is no challenge too great, there is no mistake too big that we cannot correct what we've done and overcome this adversity in order to be successful. A mistake is another version of adversity. It's important that we do not repeat our mistakes. We make new ones and learn from those. Learn and begin to view mistakes as a positive, not a negative. There are 3 things that can be learned from every single mistake. 1, if you're ever in that same or similar situation, you know what choice not to make. 2, you have now reflected on the situation and thought things through and figured out where you went wrong. That way, if you're ever in the same or similar situation, you now know the right choice to make, the proper solution, and how to deal with or handle that situation. 3, while figuring out a solution to correct your mistake, you'll have innately come up with ideas and/or other strategies that will not only help with this issue, but other potential problems or mistakes that may arise, as well as how to avoid any similar problems or situations in the future. This next point is one of the most important and often one of the most difficult things for people to learn how to do. You have to learn how to accept and ask for help. Family, friends, loved ones, and people you trust are there to help you through adversity. One must also learn to help others, and when helping others, we have to have a heart, be compassionate, be positive, show love and support. But it has to be genuine when you provide it. So you shouldn't seek out the recognition from someone seeing you do something good. That's simply a selfish desire for personal recognition. Therefore, you're doing it under false pretenses, which compounds the undesirability of such actions. The 5th pillar and fundamental building block is that of confidence. Overcoming obstacles and adversity naturally builds confidence. What you're working on becomes easier and more enjoyable. The more confidence you acquire, what you're working on becomes not only easier, but more enjoyable. It also builds faith, knowing that if you put the work in, you'll get the desired results. You will see improvement. When you put in the work, good things tend to happen. Tomorrow is directly affected by your choices today, as we stated earlier. That is the future in front of you, but it can't be seen. Therefore, good choices aid in the building and developing of faith as well as confidence. Confidence is key. The 6th pillar and fundamental building block is that of time. It is imperative that we understand that there is a finite amount of time, which means there is a limited amount of time. You do not have all the time in the world. Time is the most valuable commodity on this planet. It is finite and something that we cannot get back. Those that are aware of this have very little patience for those that do not. In order to be successful, one must manage and use their time appropriately. You must use your time wisely. Learn how to manage it. Therefore, in order to be successful, one must manage and use their time appropriately. The most effective way to do so is through organized planning, fused with passion and persistence. Create and develop a detailed plan and execute it as efficiently and effectively as humanly possible. Think of an example. Whenever you're rushed, if you procrastinate, you leave things, if you don't manage your time properly, that's when you get anxious, that's when you get upset, that's when you get nervous. You know you haven't been doing what you could do. You know you haven't achieved your full potential. You know that you've mismanaged your time. And you know that you could be in a better position than you've put yourself into. Manage your time properly, and that will greatly aid and increase your chances for success. The seventh pillar and fundamental building block, this is your word. Your word is synonymous with your actions. This is how people know you and what you will inevitably be judged upon. People will judge you, regardless of what you're told or what you may have been led to believe. Everybody judges people and everybody gets judged. It is innate within human nature. So, your word and your actions are how people will inevitably judge you. This is how people formulate their opinions about you. If you say you're going to do something, follow through on it. Patterns, relationships, networking, or meeting new people, and friendships. All these aspects and facets of your life are developed and strengthened through your word and your actions. These are all developed, maintained, and strengthened through the upholding of your words backed by your actions. The eighth pillar and fundamental building block is that of knowledge and education. Education is derived from the word educo, which means to build upon and to develop from within. This means that you should consistently be acquiring new skills and knowledge. The more skill sets and knowledge you have, the more you can draw upon. This allows you to have more tools at your disposal. This makes you more desirable, capable, and marketable, therefore naturally increasing your chances and likelihood of and for success. This is directly reflected and personified by the law of harvest. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. The most important, treasured, and invaluable relationships are the ones we voluntarily put the most effort into. We do this through selflessness, emotion, sincerity, and a willing desire. It's important that we understand, as well as being both knowledgeable and acutely aware of the benefits and the profitability in the following. Kindness versus unkindness. Genuine acts of kindness help to create and nurture positive connections with people. This leads directly to opportunities and collaborations that can propel one towards their goals. Honoring and setting high expectations versus violating and/or falling short of expectations. Loyalty versus duplicity and dishonesty. With just even a minimal amount of forethought, we know that it's way more profitable to be moral than it is to be immoral. Apologies and accountability versus excuses, alibis, and pride. These relate directly to relationships, friendships, networking, and our support systems. Use the tools at your disposal to the best of your ability. Use what's around you. You make the best with what you have, knowing that the more knowledge and education you acquire, the greater and the better tools you'll be able to acquire along the way. The ninth pillar and fundamental building block is that of nobility. The root word of nobility is noble. This is completely different from nobility in the sense of kings and queens, prince and princesses, barons and baronesses, etc., who are linked with and to a higher socioeconomic status. Being noble means putting an emphasis on and understanding the fundamental strengths in one's commitment to integrity, virtue, values, morals, and principles. However, being noble very much increases the likelihood, probability, and chances of one attaining a higher socioeconomic status, as well as being genuinely content and potentially revered by others. Although this should not be the aim, reason, or desired outcome for being and/or acting noble. For if that was your reason for assuming an air of nobility, you would no longer be noble, as it would be tainted as well as a fallacy due to one's selfishness and vanity being the driving force of their actions, and would completely counteract one's desire to maximize their potential and success. The 10th pillar and fundamental building block is that of class. One must not confound the concept of class. It has nothing to do with upper class and lower class, although having class often results in the realization of being a part of or joining the upper class through its innate and integral benefits. Virtue, kindness, selflessness, charity, morals, values, empathy, gratitude, character, and resilience are all the major components and the fundamental building blocks of class. Virtue breeds trust. Being virtuous, such as practicing honesty and integrity, fosters trust with others. This subsequently increases and builds other people's faith within you. Trust is essential, being the cornerstone in any successful relationship, whether personal or professional, thus forming a solid foundation for success. Selflessness. By prioritizing the needs of others, one can more easily cultivate a supportive network of like-minded individuals who are willing to offer assistance and guidance when needed, thus helping to facilitate success. Charity fosters goodwill. Giving back to the community not only benefits those in need, but also enhances one's reputation and fosters goodwill. This can directly lead to increased opportunities, success, and genuine happiness in both the personal and professional realm. The next aspect of class which is important to understand are our morals. Morals guide decision-making. Having strong moral principles and values serves as a compass, guiding individuals to make ethical decisions even in challenging situations. This personal integrity enhances credibility and respect, which are crucial elements of success. Values define our priorities. Clarifying personal, spiritual, and ethical values will help an individual prioritize their goals and their actions. This is illustrated through some fundamental concepts, such as understanding that no one needs to suffer or be taken advantage of in order to profit. Profit is based on values. Such values lead to a more focused and efficient pursuit of success. Gratitude fuels motivation. Cultivating gratitude for one's blessings and achievements fosters a positive mindset and resilience in the face of obstacles and adversity. This develops faith, passion, and perseverance, which are the driving forces behind continuous effort and propels one towards success. The 11th pillar and fundamental building block is that of character. Character is an amalgamation and/or fusion of one's habits, conduct, and actions. We know that you can make or break a habit in 30 days. Our habits mold our character, directly impacting and resulting in our effectiveness and/or ineffectiveness. We're creating and developing habits every single day, whether we realize it or not. Hence, why it's so important to ensure that we are developing good ones. Habits that hinder success. Intolerance of any kind, procrastination, impatience, criticalness, and/or selfishness. Habits that create and/or promote success. Education, meaning to build upon and develop from within. Initiative, mindset, meditation, faith, hope, charity, determination, passion, perseverance, commitment, integrity, self-discipline, thankfulness and appreciation, and effort. The 12th pillar and fundamental building block consists of your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. Similar to stars, they come and go, but they are always there. It is imperative that one must understand and never forget you can become and/or achieve whatever your mind can conceive. There is no obstacle so immense that it cannot be overcome. There is no goal, dream, or desire too great. Anything can be achieved. The biggest obstacle you will ever have to face is yourself. However, the greatest guarantee you have in achieving your goals and fulfilling your wildest dreams is you.